Hello, basketball fans. It's me, DC, coming here for Fantasy Basketball Analyzer. It's an away game, so please forgive any lighting or sound issues that aren't quite up to par, because I'm in a hotel room, but I'm still coming at you to get you ready for Week 17. We're going to attempt to keep it quick, because there are probably people through the walls and floors and ceilings of this hotel that don't want to keep hearing me go, hello! So let's get into it. Off the bat, I would love to recommend Miles Bridges, but that would be cheating. He's rostered in 60% of leagues, so if you're in one of those 40%, he's probably worth picking up from Charlotte, but most of it won't apply, so we're going to just breeze on past that. Along those same lines, Bobby Portis is rostered in 51% of leagues, so he's a little too high. He's just barely over the limit, and the Bucks only have 3 games, but if you've been paying attention this season, he's been very, very usable, more than usable. He's been helpful when Giannis is out. Giannis has been out the last few games. We're recording this on Sunday. It looks like Giannis is still out on Sunday. I don't know what next week. Unfortunately, it's only 3 games played, and it's the end of the week where he plays on the streamable days. So you kind of flag him, tuck this away, a little note to yourself that he might be a great pickup later in the week. I wouldn't jump on it right now, but he could potentially be more valuable in a daily change league because of when his games fall, if Giannis is out, than the rest of the guys. Well, let's get into the more serious contenders for pickups of the week. To start it off, I'm going a little unexpected, unless you paid attention to the thumbnail. Jae Crowder, rostered in 39% of leagues. I think it's a strong pickup for this week. Now, Jae's performances can be up and down. He's really probably only going to give you threes that'll make you happy. I mean, it depends. If you get the game where it's 6 points, 12 rebounds, it's a weird stat line. But if he's shooting 50%, that's a solid plug-in. And the trick to this really is that Phoenix has 4 games. 3 of them are on the good streaming days for this week that we talked about in the last video, the video I put out on Friday this week. And the lowest volume day, Thursday, when there's only 4 games, he gets to play Sacramento. So he has a great matchup. You're going to get to use him on 3 of the low volume days. So if you're trying to win this week because you're in the playoffs or making your playoff push, Jae Crowder, I think, is an unexciting option that could really put you over the hump, and I think he's worth a look. Even though some of these other names are probably more obvious pickups because they're doing something, you might not get to use some of these other guys as much as you can plug Jae in right now. Since the Phoenix and the Lakers have the best streaming schedules for this week, and the Lakers don't have a lot of players out there on the waiver wire that you're going to be able to pick up and play all week. Jae might be my top pickup for contending teams that don't have a game limit in a daily change league. I know it's a lot of caveats, but that's where I'm at. Getting into the more obvious names that are out there for this week, Jalen McDaniels is at the top of the list. He's rostered in 31% of leagues, and Charlotte has 4 games next week. Now, as of recording this, he left the game. Sunday, it was an early game, and he left, took an elbow to the face. Looks like he's going to come back, but I don't know it because I turned off the game to record this video for you. So double check that, but they've got 4 games. The problem is Charlotte's not playing on the good streaming days. And I talked a few weeks ago about swing for the fences, and now we're going to just start focusing on picking up and who can help you win each week. Jalen McDaniels, if he keeps this up, can help you in the future, but I don't know how much run you're going to get to use him for this week unless you're plugging him in over other options. His one streaming day is Tuesday, and it's against the Lakers. So you don't love the matchup. No one's ever stay away in fantasy basketball, but you got to be aware that you might not get to use him against Cleveland, Brooklyn, Portland for the rest of the week because of the way his games are falling. But at 31% rostered, he's probably the most obvious pickup that's going to be on everyone's list and you're looking at for this week. Next up's my old buddy Malachi Flynn. Can I pat myself on the back? Remember the last week's video when I said, if you're bold, pick him up? I don't really feel like I deserve a pat on the back because I said, if you're bold, and I wasn't sure I was there. But he's rostered at 1% then. He's up to 34% now. He's been playing great. Lowry's been out with the foot injury, and then Fred VanVleet is out with the hip injury. Lowry might come back tonight, so keep an eye on that. But Fred VanVleet is still going to be out with the hip, and he has a 1-game suspension now for coming off the bench the other day. So it looks like Flynn could have a good run here for the rest of this week. Toronto's got 4 games again. Unfortunately, his only streamable day is on Tuesday against Atlanta. So if you're going to go out and pick him up, if you're using one of your few moves this week, consider, are you going to be able to play him at a point guard or utility position over other guys you have? There's no harm in picking someone up just as a game of keep away so someone can't use him against you. I just want you to be realistic about the pickup. Well, he had a good week, and he might have some good games here. If you don't get to play him, is that really the move you want to make? I think he could have a good week, but I also think that week could be on your bench. So mileage is going to vary here on what your team needs. Finally, let's revisit an old friend to the Waiver Wire show, Cole Anthony, point guard for the Orlando Magic. Orlando's playing all their young guys, which is great. But the story hasn't changed on Cole Anthony. I mean, he's back from injury. That's changed. He's been back for 2 games, and I assume he's going to get more minutes. But the story of him being a rookie who's not that efficient isn't any different. If you pick him up and like the stat line, 8 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, that's great. Like, it's great that it's all spread out. The problem is he's averaging 30% from the floor, hitting 4 of 13 shots. That's actually going to, in my Roto League, I wouldn't even consider picking him up because I don't want to take that hit here when I'm limited on the game moves. So you need to either be punting or just know that you've got enough other players that will boost it back up. I don't want to recommend a waiver move that's going to sink a stat line that you're trying to win. And in points leagues, depending on how you penalize missed shots, that could really affect you. So I think Cole Anthony is going to be talked about a lot. He's only rostered in 27% of leagues, so he's widely available. But can you really use him, or is he going to hurt you? Orlando also doesn't really have any games, despite having 4 games this week, none of them are on the streamable days. So if you pick him up for this week thinking like you're sniping everyone, you're going to get him because he's only been back 2 games, no, you might not even get to use him in your daily change leagues. I'm seeing people talk about Mo Bamba. It's the same type of thing. Mo Bamba's been solid. You pick him up, that's great. But no, you might not get to use him this week. And if you're trying to make sure you win now, which I think should be the strategy, like I'm not saying forget about the future, but you want to make sure you're making moves that will impact these weekly matchups because you're trying to stay alive, either to make it in the playoffs or advance in the playoffs. And you got to keep your sights set on that. And that's why I think someone like Jae Crowder, as unexciting as he is maybe more helpful to your team right now than some of these guys that you're looking at holding for a few weeks. It depends on what you're looking for. If you got other names you're considering, please leave a comment. I'll take a look at it. Otherwise, stay till after the credits. I got something silly for it. Thanks for watching. Like, share on social media, all those things. Go out and win your week. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. It helps me grow the channel. If you want more videos like this, hit subscribe or even the little bell will give you alerts. And I'll be back soon with another video for you. Hey, stay till after the credits. I've got a silly video, as long as the House of Mouse doesn't tag me for like copyright infringement, that came from where I am this week. So I'm going to show it. Look for me on the lower right-hand side to do something kind of creepy and silly. Thanks, guys.